Hello everyone. So I just got back from seeing Jason Bourne. Literally just got back. Like I came home, put my phone on the tripod, and hit record. So yeah, it's still fresh in my mind. And if you saw my unboxing for the Bourne uh, classified collection steelbook, it came with $8 towards the ticket for Jason Bourne if you're gonna, go see it. So I said, why not? I'll go see it in theaters. And as far as quality as a sequel, it was really good. Like it felt like a good follow up to the trilogy. As far as Bourne Legacy is concerned, it's like, I mean, I recently saw Bourne Legacy when I bought this. I hadn't seen it. I'd seen the first three movies a long time ago, but Bourne Legacy kind of, it was like it wasn't terrible. It was just like, if you've seen that movie, you know what I'm saying. It's just like whatever. And it also has like a weird ending. It just ends out of nowhere too. Regarding this movie, Jason Bourne, as a follow up to the first three movies, it's pretty good. I will talk about spoilers at the end of this video, so right now I'm not going to talk about spoilers. As a sequel to the original trilogy, it's good. You also have Julia Stiles in there, who was in the trilogy, and Matt Damon, of course, as Jason Bourne. And yeah, but I will say, like the other three movies, they all are similar in terms of plot. They always have, a CIA guy chasing after him. There's also a secondary CIA person usually, like in the case of Bourne Supremacy, you had Brian Cox, you had Joan Allen, and then in the third movie you had like Scott Glenn. You had, what's that dude's name? The dude had the glasses on. I forget the actor's name, but you had him. You also had the recruiter, the guy who recruited Jason Bourne, the guy that voiced Lotso Huggenberry, I think, in Toy Story. There was a lot of, recurring similar characters. And then the first movie had Chris Cooper, the CIA guy. This movie had Tommy Lee Jones, who I thought was very, very good. He played a very good villain. And as in terms of where he ranks with them, I didn't really care for Joan Allen's character or the other guys. Chris Cooper was good, but I really liked Brian Cox in the second and third and the first and second movies. He was really, really good. I liked his character. But Tommy Lee Jones is like that quality. Like he was really good in this movie, and he plays bad really well. Um, and there's also another, like I said, secondary CIA character. This time it's a female, Heather Lee. If I That's her character's name at least. I don't know the actress's name, but she was good in the movie. But yeah, like I said, you have it's as a sequel, it's good because you have Paul Greengrass who directed the second and third movies, which critically I think those are ranked higher than the first movie and the fourth movie, of course, and those are the ones he didn't direct. So yeah, the second and third movies, like I said, ranked higher than the other ones, mainly because Paul Greengrass gives a better, does a better job, and I don't know what I'm saying. Basically, he's a good director for this series, and he comes back to direct this one, and it's good. And, Matt Damon wouldn't come back to this series unless Paul Greengrass was directing, and that was the case here. So that's why Matt Damon finally came back. Like I said about Bourne Legacy, it was just meh. I think honestly because they wanted to make a fourth movie probably with Matt Damon, but since he wouldn't come back without Paul Greengrass, they decided to just do a spin-off kind of. So that's what happened there, I think. But with this movie, they dropped the Bourne whatever. They just call it Jason Bourne, and that kind of gives you a hint. Is this going to be the last movie? Because that's the hint it gave me. I was like, they dropped the Bourne thing, like I said, and they just call it his. They just put his name as the title. They make a follow up to this. What are they going to call it? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, he's older now. He can't play this character forever. So this might be the last movie. And I will say the ending is, I mean, I don't know. It's not definitive, but it could be either way. But in the spoiler section, I'll talk more about that. Uh, this was really good in terms of action as well. The action sequences were, the first one and the last one in particular were very, very good. The other ones were good too, but nothing like the first and last ones. Those were big, especially the last one. I was like, whoa. But yeah, the thing with these movies, though, I have to say, they're so CIA, so much CIA rooted into it. It makes, every time I watch these movies, I just feel like, wow, these people, these CIA people can, like, they can track everything you do. They can find you. They can, pull up video of you where you're at right now. Like, who knows? I could pull up a drone in my window and, like, zoom in and enhance and somehow, get a picture of me. I don't know. It's just crazy to think, but yeah, and like with that, and also when you watch these movies, there's no real, like, comedy. It's all straightforward drama, serious. I won't say that's a gripe against the movies, but they all have that same feeling. It's whatever. Not all movies, It's good to have comedy in there once in a while, but this movie, I don't think it had any comedy, really. Nah, I mean, I can't even think of comedy in the other movies, but yeah, I don't think it pretty much had, like, zero comedy in it, but still, really good action, really good acting. Like I said, Tommy Lee Jones was a very good bad guy. Matt Damon, good as usual. Um, yeah, very good movie. In terms of, like, a score, I don't know, like an 8 out of 10 maybe. Yeah, I will say, like, in quality, it's just as good as the first three. I mean, the first three are probably better than this, but it's still, up there. It's better than Bourne Legacy, I'll tell you that. So yeah, yeah, go check it out. If you're a fan of the Bourne series, especially, you should check it out. It's a very good follow-up, and if it is a closure to the series, it's a very good closure to the series. So yeah, not much else to say that isn't spoiler free. I have a lot to talk about with with spoilers though. But I'll let you know when I'm gonna talk spoilers. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. No, that's about it, I guess. So, all right, I'm gonna talk about spoilers right now. So if you haven't seen the movie, please leave the video, go check it out, and then you can come back if you want and watch the spoiler part and discuss with the comments if you want. So all right, here we go. Spoilers. One thing I didn't like about the new villain in this movie, the new asset, the guy that's like Jason, the hitman guy that's after him. Well, first of all, I don't even know his name. They might have said his name, but I don't know it. That's one thing that kind of sucks if you don't know a character's name. Like, I can name, Tommy Lee Jones' character was Robert Dewey. The female CIA agent was Heather Lee, right? The Indian dude with the app, his name was like Aaron K. His last name had a K. I can name all the characters. Nicky Parsons, Jason Bourne. But this guy, I don't know his name. Anyways, I don't like the fact that, it's okay, when the main reason Jason Bourne gets back into the swing of things is that his father was killed and he finds out about it. Well, I guess he forgot, but he, slowly forms it back in his memory how his father was killed, and he finds out that the CIA killed him, or whatever, Blackbriar, Treadstone, whichever one it is. So yeah, they killed his father, but I don't like the fact that they made the guy who killed his father this dude, because, if he's that rooted into Jason's past, why wouldn't he have shown up in the other three movies? And also, the 9-year gap between Bourne Ultimatum and now. They don't, I mean, it's fine that they could have known each other, but also the fact that he killed Nicky also, I'm just like, it's too much. You got this new character. He killed Jason Bourne's father, and he killed Nicky. You don't have to make him do all that. They could have just had, his father was killed by them. They don't have to say who it was, But, just the fact that he killed Nicky should have been reason enough for him to go after him. You don't have to make him kill the father, too. It's too much, And I don't even know his name, so it's like, geez, they give this character way too much, but he was a good bad guy, I guess. Like, he was intimidating, but he didn't have much of a character to him. But, he was a good villain. That fight they had, the final fight they have with each other at the end was very good. I like that close quarters action. And like I said, the last action sequence was awesome when they were in Vegas and the guy was driving the SWAT truck and it was destroying everything. That was awesome. And also another spoiler, like I said, Nicky dies, which was I actually figured out because from the trailers, I was watching the trailers. I'm like, she's barely in these trailers. I have a feeling like they're gonna kill her off. And Jason's like, oh, they tracked you or whatever. And I was like, oh, they're gonna kill her. I already know it. They're gonna do the whole what they did in the second movie, where he's with what's her name, and then she gets shot. So yeah, I wasn't surprised by that. I mean, it was sad to see her die, but and yeah, and as far as, like I said, the ending with closure, I mean, obviously, what Heather Lee or whatever her name was like, oh, you can come back to us or whatever, and then she finds out that he was actually listening to that conversation with that thing he got from that convention, which I thought was cool. They actually like utilized stuff from that convention they went to, or he did. He used the tracking thing. So yeah, that was like, oh, so it pretty much confirms he's not going to go back to them, and also he's not really gonna try to expose them either. I guess it looks like he's just done for good. So I mean, yeah, but I did expect though, because they titled the movie Jason Bourne. I thought they were going to kill him off at the end, because you can't really, what are you going to call it, Jason Bourne 2, the next movie? You can't do that. Or Jason Bourne The Return, I don't know. And like I said, he's getting older, so he can't play this part forever. So I thought they were probably going to kill him off, which, I'm glad they didn't. But yeah, it just looks like he's done with all this. I mean, they could, like I said, maybe money reasons. If this movie does well, they'll make another one somehow. Or they'll continue with Jeremy Renner's character. Or have him cross paths, have Matt Damon and Jeremy Renner share a movie. I don't know. But, yeah, if this is the end, it's a good ending. Like I said, good follow-up to the original trilogy, and a pretty good ending. So, yeah. And what other spoilers I want to talk about? Trying to remember. Like I said, I just came back from the movie, so I'm trying to, piece this together here. Oh, I will say the 9-year gap, well, I assume Bourne Ultimatum took place in 2007, the year it came out. I'm not sure. But still, like I said, it's been a lot of years since Matt Damon's been in this role. And as far as the character, Jason Bourne, what has he been doing for 9 years? I kind of don't like the fact, I know he's been in hiding or whatever and just been, fighting for money. I like that, that's fine. But, I mean, just because of one isolated incident of Nikki trying to find out something, then all of a sudden, he has to come back out. I was like, I don't know about that. It's been all these years, you figure you just stay into hiding and just, not go back to this at all. But just because Nikki did one thing and then got traced and, it's kind of like, so I don't know. But I don't know for sure, though. Like, maybe him and Nikki were working together before they met up at in Greece, the whole, all those people were going crazy. What was it? Oh, protest. There you go. Those people were protesting in Greece. They probably met up, were working together before that, I guess. I don't know. I'm not for sure. I don't know for sure about that. But, yeah, it was just kind of weird to see him come out of hiding after all those years just because of one isolated incident like that. So, yeah. Any other spoilers to talk about? I think that's it, actually. So, yeah. And I love the fact that they always have the same song at the end, Extreme Ways by Moby. It's a great song. I don't like the fact that they remixed it, though. It's like, really? Just put the original version in there. It's the best version. These remixes sound bad. Like, they did the remix at the end of Bourne Ultimatum, which really got me mad, because I love that movie, but I hate the fact that they put a remix at the end. And then Bourne Legacy, even though I don't really like that movie, they put another remix, like a different remix. And then now I think this is like a third remix. I think this is a different one from the other two remixes. So Jesus, how many times you got to remix the same song? Just put the original one in there. I mean, also, it's a throwback to the original trilogy. Why not just put the original song in there? And especially if it is the ending, the ending to the whole series, they should use the original track. But, that's just like a minor complaint, I guess. Because, like I said, this is I would say, 8 out of 10 movie. So, yeah, very good action. And, yeah, I believe that's it for spoilers. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, so check out the movie, like I said. And if you like this review, leave a like. Subscribe if you like. Check out my other stuff, whatever. Yeah, and leave some comments if you want so we can talk about it. I would like to talk about the movie. Maybe you can answer some of my questions. Or correct me if I got something wrong. So yeah, thank you for watching, and have a good day.